Hello everybody, and today I'd like to talk to you about my new camera. It's the Nikon D1, and you might be wondering why it looks like it's broken, and that's because it is. I'm gonna go ahead and fix it, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. So, the obvious question that you and anybody with half a brain should be asking is, why am I fixing a Nikon D1? Well, truth be told, I bought it for a video. I was gonna use it kind of as a prank. Not a prank, but more of a joke. When we climbed to the top of Clingman's Dome, I wanted to take a comparison image with the Nikon D1 to show the difference between the D1 and the D850, which I thought would be funny and humorous, and the camera's so cheap, I figured it'd be worth doing. Unfortunately, it arrived and it did not work. The camera would not register the battery charge, so I assumed that I had a bad battery because that's a common problem with these cameras. So I ordered a second one. This is a Watson battery that I subsequently ordered from Amazon, I believe, and it did the same thing. So after some thinking and testing, I checked. Both batteries are showing good voltage, so obviously the batteries aren't the problem. It was the camera. So in any case, I invite you to join me as I attempt to salvage a Nikon D1. The camera's so old, you can't send it in to get it repaired. They don't have parts for it anymore. So what I decided to do is take it apart and see if I could figure out what was wrong. So the first thing I did is I checked the contacts to see if they were getting power, and they are. So I followed that, and I traced it all the way through the camera, and I checked every point where that made that power makes contact, all the way up until I got to the circuit board itself, which at that point I was no longer able to follow as it passed through resistors. So I thought about it, and I realized that these cameras provide a wall adapter outlet. So you can plug an adapter into the wall, and you can do that. And I thought, well, what are the chances that they use the same circuitry? I figure that you don't need to check to see the battery level of the wall, so it probably is gonna run differently. So what I did is I checked to see what the wiring diagram was for that connector, which sits right in here behind this ribbon cable here, which I shouldn't be putting pressure on, but I am. You can see there's a three wire connection back there. Well, the middle wire isn't used. The bottom wire is ground and the top wire is positive. So I took two lengths of wire and I mechanically made a connection from the battery to those pins on the back of the camera, and I was able to fire the shutter. So what that told me is that the wiring is different, and that the issue is on the battery, presumably the side of the camera that checks the battery voltage. I'm going to solder onto those pins back there and onto the battery terminals. So when you install a battery, the camera is going to think it's plugged into the wall. There's obviously going to be some downsides to doing this. I'm sure that because of that, the camera is not going to be able to check the battery voltage, so you won't know what your battery charge is. So presumably the camera will just shut off on you when it reaches a point that's too low. Unfortunately, that probably means it will corrupt whatever file it's shooting at that time, but again, I bought this camera as a joke, so my intention is to do 10, 15 photographs with it maybe, and it's going to go on a shelf and I'm going to forget about it. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to solder that connection with the world's most overpowered soldering iron. This is the only thing anybody had available, so this is what I'm going to try to use. Alright, so we've got the D1 put back together. We're going to take our first test shot and see what it looks like. Our first test shot with the D1. So thanks for sticking with me, guys, and yeah, I'll take this to the beach with me next time.